If you're thinking of studying in Germany but don't know any German yet, I have good news. You can also study completely in English here. In this video, I'm going to give you a full guide to English taught degrees in Germany. Now, at the moment, there are more than 20,000 degree programs offered in Germany, and 10% of them are taught in English. And this means about 2,000 are available at 200 different universities. Now, over the last year, I talked to a lot of students who want to study in Germany, and there are two main reasons why they want to study in Germany in English. Maybe you are also in one of these two situations. So on one hand, maybe you want to get a high quality education in Germany, but might not know enough German yet to study in the language. Because for most German taught programs, you actually need to be on the B2 or C1 level of German, which basically means you are fluent. And you guessed it, this takes some time to achieve. This can be months or years depending on your speed. If you are very serious about learning German, you could also go from zero to passing the B2 exam in just 1 year by taking intensive courses and really practicing the exam structure. But this is for very ambitious students. Now, the second reason I see all the time is that your degree program might simply not be available in German. Actually, a lot of master's programs in Germany are completely taught in English. So let's talk about how you get in. So first, what are the basic requirements for English taught programs in Germany? Well, if you're planning to study in an English taught program here and English isn't your first language, you'll need to prove your English skills. And this usually means taking a test like IELTS or TOEFL. Now, most universities look for scores of at least 80 on the TOEFL or 6.5 in IELTS. But very important, this varies from university to university. Each institution has its own requirements written on the official website, so make sure to do some research. Just one example, the degree program International Management at the University of Applied Sciences in Munich, this is my university, demands these scores for the different English exams. If your previous education has been in English, it's enough to get a letter from your institution that proves this. There is no need to pass a language exam in that case. Okay, so English proficiency is the basis for everything. Now, to apply for bachelor's programs, you'll need your high school diploma. And for master's programs, you're going to need your bachelor's degree and academic transcripts. Now, some universities might also ask for a motivation letter. If you're applying for a course in economics or business, there's also a chance that you need GMAT or GRE scores. But again, please check the university website to be 100% sure. If any of your documents aren't in English, you'll need to get them officially translated. But since these English taught programs are very competitive nowadays, it might be the case that English alone is not enough to apply. Let me explain. Some programs want you to show basic German language skills like A1 or A2. So let's take the Applied Artificial Intelligence course at TH Rosenheim as an example. On the website, it says that you need to show English language skills at the B2 level. Okay, that's very normal so far. But if German is not your native language, you have to prove German language skills at the A2 level. It's also possible that some English taught courses come with certain conditions. For example, this master's program right here, Electrical Engineering and Information Technology at TH Deckendorf, this one is completely in English, but they want you to get to the A2 level of German by the time you graduate. But in my honest opinion, this is not a big deal. A1 and A2 are the absolute beginner levels, and with the correct guidance, they are really easy to learn. You can usually do this in a couple of months. I have personally helped students go from zero to passing the A2 exam in just 3 months, so I know it's possible. It's also very beneficial to have at least A2 German proficiency to survive in Germany. Now, a lot of people tell me that learning German is confusing, so I created a detailed video about the best way to learn German as a beginner. So check it out after watching this video. I put the link to it in the video description. Okay, but how can you actually find all these English taught programs? Let me give you a step-by-step approach to this. So to find degree programs, there are a couple of online databases that you can use. The biggest of them is the official DAAD database for degree programs in Germany. It features all 20,000 degree programs, and here you can also filter specifically for the English language. If DAAD is too big for you, you can also check out the website My German University, and this platform specifically focuses on English taught programs. So to get started, you can play around with these platforms and try out different search terms. Now, when you're searching for these programs, you can look out for the word international in the title, such as international law or international economics. And these programs focus on global aspects, and the chance is very high that they're taught entirely in English. Now, when you want to study in Germany in English, there are certain fields that have more English taught degrees than others. And this is just the nature of the education system. Engineering is a top choice for international students because there are so many programs taught in English. Natural sciences like biology, chemistry, and physics, they also offer a wide range of English taught programs. And this is the case especially for research-oriented studies. A lot lot of master's degrees are in English, since you're going to read a lot of literature and collaborate with other universities and institutions. Economics is also one more popular field, especially at the master's level. You will find a lot of MBA programs that are in English. Now, on the other hand, there are also fields where you will find fewer English taught programs. For example, language and cultural studies usually require German because they focus on a local culture and language, unless you're studying English language and literature, of course. Now, most medicine programs are also taught in German because of the clinical training that you need to go through. And yes, the same also goes for law. Sure, you have degrees like international law, but in general, you're studying German law to become a German lawyer. Of course, for all these fields, there are also exceptions as well. Spending a little more time on the DAD database makes this really clear. For example, some private universities have medicine programs taught entirely in English. But there is usually the catch that they are very rare and very expensive. Now, from what I have seen so far, private universities offer more English taught programs than public universities. And this is because private universities are run like businesses, and they need to attract international students who usually prefer studying in English. So if you're willing to pay for your degree in Germany, you will suddenly have many more options for programs in English. Okay, so once you spend some time on these databases and find a few programs that interest you, it's time to start shortlisting universities. So in this case, try to pick at least 10 programs or universities that you like. Using something like Excel to keep track of all of this makes comparing your options a lot easier. Please don't rush this process. The choice of university with a location will literally influence your experience in Germany. I've had a lot of videos on my channel with detailed information about German universities, so make sure to check them out. Now, the big question is, do I recommend English taught programs in Germany? There is a lot of controversy surrounding this topic, so let me give you my honest opinion. Well, if you continue to learn German here and adapt to the country and culture, there's absolutely no problem with studying in English. In all honesty, learning German is super valuable if you're planning to stay in Germany for the long run. English taught programs are amazing for making education accessible, but if you really want to get the most out of your experience, like landing internships, jobs and building a network, learning German will open these doors. I would say it's all about finding a balance between using English to get started and picking up German on the way. What we don't want is students who refuse to learn German and then struggle to find a job after graduation. If you want to learn German and want to know the best method for it, check out this video on the best way to learn German as a beginner. Love you and stay focused.